Hey, so you think that your vote matters, right? You think voting for Trump or voting for Biden going to bring some type of change to your condition or to your livelihood or to your state of mind? Well, let's see. Because according to the Bible, it says this. Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusts in man and make of flesh his arm and his heart depart from the Lord. So, most people, they believe in this system. They believe in the government more than they believe in God. But I'm going to show you who controls Trump and who controls power. Who has power? Is it Trump? Is it Biden? Is it our government? We need to understand the definition of power and then see who really holds the power. Because what I'm about to show you is that no president that's sitting in that office has real power. It's not the Congress. It's not the Senate. It's not the president. I'm about to show you who has the power.
There is tremendous pressure inside the political process to make sure that the voters stay aligned inside either the Democrat or Republican parties. Why? Because both of those parties have been captured by special interests. And those special interests are, quite frankly, the antithesis of the interests of the people. And so therefore, for example, if people in the United States care about education, but unfortunately there's a banker that gets in between the student and the student's ability to go to school, if they care about health care, there's the insurance industry that gets in between the patient and the doctor who is seeking to provide care. And so we have all of these special interests that have positioned themselves in between the political decision makers and the people themselves. The process now is more responsive to those special interests than it is to the values and the wishes of the American people. When I first went to Congress, I did not go to Congress to pay particular attention to any area outside of the black community that I represented that was in need, and of course U.S. Africa policy, which was abhorrent and unfortunately still is. But what I ran into, I bumped into at almost every turn were these special interests. And there's no more special interest that has any more influence than the pro-Israel lobby.
So did y'all catch that? She basically was confirming that in order for any congressman or Congress or president, in order for them to run, they gotta serve the interests of the special interests first, which were the pro-lobbyists of Israel. So now, let's see what Donald Trump and let's see what Joe Biden has.
Thank you very much. It's great to be with Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, and his representatives. Obviously, we have much to discuss. The Prime Minister was just thanking me again for what we did in Jerusalem with respect to the embassy. That's been something that I guess was controversial, but it's turned out to be very positive in many ways, and a lot of progress has been made in many other areas. We're talking trade, we're talking military, we're talking defense, and we are very much in favor of what Israel is doing as far as their defense is concerned. They're aggressive, and they have no choice but to be aggressive. It's a very difficult part of the world, so I just want to let Benjamin, let all of the people know, let Bibi know that we are with you, we are with Israel.
Now, as you can see, Donald Trump just said Israel has his full support. And he also did something that most people went over a lot of people's heads. Donald Trump, and it wasn't him, bitch, because it was all part of Israel. Israel wanted to move the embassy out of New York City into Jerusalem. So soon as Trump got in office, that happened. Just like Trump talking about a wall and all these things. They following the orders of what Israel want. Now let's see if Joe Biden is on the same page as Donald Trump when it comes to Israel, because
absolute, total, unvarnished commitment to the security of Israel, and I hope we can make some progress. But there's no better place to start for myself in Israel than with you, Mr. President. I am so happy you're looking so well. Bond between people, forged a link by successive generations and grounded in an abiding commitment to Israel's security, a bond that can never be.
Now that you see what both the president and the candidate running for president, how they feel, that it's all about Israel first, then the American people second. Now you got to ask yourself, do they really have power, or do Israel controls America? It's something to think about, man. So now, do your vote really matter? Or are we just being led to whatever propaganda they want us? Because now we know who holds the true power.